We're going to talk about something a little light today. Start off the podcast, NCAA tournament. Kick it off, Daliente.
Oh, we're gonna start with the women's?
The women's.
You fell asleep yesterday, so you
You couldn't even stay up. You couldn't even stay up for the,
I took the nap to watch the tournament.
and then just slept through the whole
Do the whole
thing.
thing.
You
So
missed out on.
He was in the minority because this was the most watched female collegiate game in history of NCAA.
Missed out on history, man.
All right, so just jump into Caitlin Clark. I know she had 40.
She had a 40 piece.
She had 41.
She had a 40 piece.
Put them away. Angel Reese had a strong first half.
She did.
She came out, fast break, layup, screaming, doing her thing.
Stealing the ball.
But then Caitlin Clark came out as an assassin. We talk about Steph Curry a lot. This might be the female Steph Curry I've seen. Closest thing I've seen.
I don't like the go to rising player comparisons. I never like those. Like the Anthony Edwards, Michael Jordan comparison. I think it's too soon. Let's compare
But we're not talking about
You know?
no. We're not talking about careers. We're talking about the game style.
Yeah, the way they play the game.
That's why they say 85 Jordan, because it's not Michael Jordan from like the Bulls when he was winning. It was like how Jordan came in from UNC, how he's athletic, how he could jump out the gym. That's what Anthony Edwards is looking like. Just a little bit bigger.
Like raw talent, like just like you see raw talent, and you just see his potential is through the roof.
Let's not even disrespect the women's game. Let's go back to Caitlin.
No, yeah, we get back there.
Yeah.
But she plays like Steph Curry. I seen her last night, like pulling up from anywhere, even the passes. She might do some all-scheduled passes like Steph. He could get sloppy sometimes. She got sloppy a little bit last night. So that's her comp right now, Steph Curry. I'm not gonna say she got the career. She got to put the work in. She got to get drafted. She got to do all of that. But her game's similar. Her game play right now is similar, reminiscent of the chef.
So they already have her in the WNBA. They announced that it's going to be her, Sabrina Ionescu, Steph, and Clay in the three-point shootout in the Bay Area next year.
They
That's been
did?
announced.
They
Really?
did. They announced that already?
They announced that today.
Okay,
I didn't even see that.
He was up for that one. I didn't see that one.
So-
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see
So
that.
clearly
Yeah,
she's already a WNBA player.
Oh yeah, she probably saw
And
the
the
number one.
tournament's not even over yet. So that's like stamped. She's already in the tournament.
I mean, it was even regardless of the season being over, she was definitely going to the WNBA. But actually, before we even get into all of that, let's shout out to everybody that's participated in the Elite Eight and that's going on in the Final Four. So shout out to USC, shout out to Juju. You had a great freshman season. Keep your head up. Don't let none of that stuff. Don't let none of that stuff affect you. Keep it going. You got a bright, bright future, Juju. You're gonna be out this world. You're a freshman. Think about the impact that you came in and had as a freshman. You put the world on notice. So I'm pretty sure you can go break Caitlin's record. So if I was you, I would make that a goal. I know she kind of set the bar a little high, but I believe that she can break it. Who else was in the thing?
So you saw Juju play in person. What would you say? What would you say the difference is seeing her in person as opposed to the TV screen?
She's a little bit taller than I expected.
Yeah, she's like 6'2".
Yeah, she's definitely a little taller than I expected. Her game is just dope. She could do whatever the game asks for. She could pull up. She could shoot from deep. She could get to the basket. Her Euro step. She's very talented. I went to go see her last game of the season, Arizona State. She has a bright future. So I really shout out to her. I know they took a tough loss yesterday to UConn, but look, they lost to somebody that's also great. Paige Buchers and the UConn Huskies. They're coached by Gino. Gino is a legend. He's been doing this for God knows how long. God knows how long.
He might be the GOAT of women's.
Exactly. Gino Auriemma has been doing this for a long time. UConn's been in back-to-back Final Fours, dominating the tournament. They've been doing it for a long time. So shout out to UConn women's basketball.
And they had a depleted team yesterday. They had a lot of injuries.
AZ Fudd, she wasn't even playing. She's one of their star players. She's coming back off of ACL. Who else do they have?
I don't know who else they had, but I know they had 3-4 freshmen.
Yeah, that wasn't even,
What's attracting you guys to the women's game?
Hold on, before we get there, I'll tell you. Paige and Juju was guarding each other. I was like, I haven't seen this in the NBA in how long? Steph's not guarded Dame or, I haven't seen the
KD
stars
and
guard each
LeBron.
other.
Yeah, KD and LeBron, they guard each other every now and then. When crunch time, LeBron and Kawhi, that should be every moment of the game. You say you the best, right?
Right.
Nah, Paige took on that challenge yesterday.
To see star on star was different. That's
Exactly. So the men, that's and that makes and we're talking from a fan perspective. We're not even talking about like trying to try to like belittle anybody. We're talking from a fan entertainment perspective. When the stars, you guys are people, those people are the stars of the game. People pay big money, save up a lot of money to come see y'all play. We need to see y'all go against each other. Not this passive aggressive, oh, we friends up. No, bro, like we coming to compete. So that's where I think the women's college game is like why it's getting so much attention is because they're really competing. Like they're competing.
So it's
like,
reminiscent of like the Kobe, Tracy McGrady days.
Exactly.
Like Marbury versus Jason Kidd.
Exactly. Like they're really look at the games yesterday. Angel Reese and LSU was really good, and Falage, they was going at Iowa. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a back and forth game, but then, you know, Caitlin showed why she's really good. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, okay, y'all did y'all thing. She came out in the second half and hit like 2 big threes. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? That's the competition that we want to see. And then in the second game, you had, like he said, you had UConn and USC going at it. You had Paige, Juju. You have Mackenzie Forbes. Forbes. She's really good too. She went to Harvard too. Shout out to Harvard. She transferred to Harvard, went to finish her last year at USC.
But also another thing that's good about the women's game we want to touch on is the coaching. Like you just touched on Gino. Y'all talk about Dawn Staley. They're undefeated this year. South Carolina Gamecocks. Y'all talk about
she's a legend.
Tara Vanderveer, Stanford, a legend. You got to talk about who's the coach on the team that just played yesterday.
From what school? From USC?
LSU.
LSU.
They won the championship last year. Kim Mulkey. These are legendary coaches that's coaching right now. That's propelling the game to new heights that they haven't seen before.
Shout out to Iowa's coach too. I forget her name because she's doing a lot too.
She's a good coach.
I just forget her name off the top of my head, but shout out to her too. She's doing a lot of great things with that team, and she's taking them far with just kind of like one headline name player. That still takes coaching. You get what I'm saying? That still takes coaching. That still takes coaching. So, and personally, just to answer your question, what makes the women's game so entertaining too is because it's fundamentals based. A lot, they have to do their they have to, focus on the fundamentals because they're not as athletic. They're not as athletic as how guys are. Guys can get away with, they're athletic sometimes and not rely on the fundamentals, but females are still growing in that aspect of athleticism. They can't jump out the gym like how talking about Anthony Edwards. They can't jump out the gym like him. So you can kind of get away with not getting the fundamentals off, but in the men's game. But in women's, they got they're fundamentally sound, and that's exciting to watch. They run real plays. They're running you know what I'm saying? It's not just ISO ball, 1 against 1. No, they have to run real plays to get in. You know what I mean?
Do you think the women's game is going to see an influx of women fans 5 years from now? Or you think they're going to come immediately? Because a lot of the fans seem to be men crossing over and watching women's sports.
That's a good question. I think women's will start trending more to it once the money really starts to pour in and it gets investment, real investment. And why I'm saying that is because, it's still one is still growing, and then I think the thing is too, we just need more women's basketball players and more women bigging it up, the women's game, because I think I talked about
celebrities.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, like celebrities, exactly. Because what made women's sports so popular, or kind of got it on that trend. Remember everything that Kobe was doing for the game.
With Gigi, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? God rest their soul. What they were doing for the game, he was trying to push that forward because he saw the greatness in his daughter, and was preparing her for the opportunity that God rest her soul she didn't get to have. But he was pushing it forward. So now we need more women to kind of come in and say, hey, no, this is a good route. And what I mean by the investments, once they see that this is a lucrative career, I'm pretty sure you're going to start seeing more women putting on jerseys and wanting to start shooting basketballs.
But something I wanted to touch on that can actually play into that is I think it's so much easier to market a woman with the NIL deals. It's so much easier to market Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark than it is I don't know any DJ the guy from NC State. I don't even know any no male college players. Yeah. I feel like it's so much easier to market the women to mainstream media than it is the guys, because girls are pretty, they got more personality, they could do all type of creative things that guys maybe aren't as prone to do.
And guys just got to be a little. You have to be a little bit more, because we want to. Their guys have to be a little bit more. Like, how should I say? They have to be kind of like
Media savvy?
yeah, like media savvy and kind of like developed into that. Because it's like he's saying, it's just easier to like market, women, because men sometimes are shy to show their personality. You should show your personality. It's cool because they don't scared to be judged. Oh, I'm gonna get looked at this way, but
A lot of women players are very well spoken
that too.
at 18. So it's like, and you don't get in trouble.
Girls mature faster.
Like, off the court.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the same.
So yeah, there's a lot of different factors, but I think those are, some factors that play into it. And like I said, once the like real big money starts coming into like women's sports in general, like I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more women fans. But there's women's fans in women's soccer. Like I go to a women's soccer league. You'll be surprised. There's like a lot of women fans supporting their local teams and everything. Like Angel City. I normally go to Angel City FC in LA. Like it's a dope
I
place.
definitely see it trending upwards. Did you want to touch on a little bit of college ball before we switch back into the tech topics?
Yeah, the guy from NC State. He talk about fundamentals. He's so elite at his post play, which is something that's a dying art.
Yeah, the memes online was the Spider-Man meme looking at, it's Zach Randolph and he put it up at 10. He put his glasses down, but I can see a little Zach Randolph.
Of course, and you kind of look like him in the face, so that's an easy comparison. But even Hakeem, like his footwork is so elite that people want him to play football. I'm like, wait a second, football O-line is a whole different challenge than just being on the court. Like, he should be given an opportunity. I don't care if the three ball is the dominant gameplay in the NBA. I don't care if he's not in condition. People can get him in condition. He can have trainers for that. His skill set as a post player is something that we need to get back to. We need to have that balance. Everybody's not going to be shooting like Steph. Everybody can't do that. So you need to have some type of balance of back to the basket, put the ball on the floor, and get an easy bucket. He dominated that game. He got them to the Final Four because of his post play. Yeah. Nobody can guard him.
The crazy thing is he's not even projected to go high in the draft, and he said it's a weak draft. That should just kind of show you where the scouts are at.
So like that again, the scouts are missing out on talent. So you're gonna pass up because the thing is, this is the problem too. It's like a copycat league. So everybody sees, I gotta shoot threes. But no, play good fundamental basketball, you will win. That's like, so people think the Warriors, I'll keep it real, because I'm like, The Warriors, yes, they shoot threes and they're really good at shooting threes and everything. But at the end of the day, they play good fundamental basketball. Yeah. They play good fundamental, and it's not about exactly like, so it's like that's
share the ball.
That's the real essence of like real basketball. And then just touching on it, shout out to the men's on the men's side that made it to the Final Four. You got Alabama, you got UConn, NC State, and Purdue. Shout out to the big dude from Purdue too. He like 7'3".
Another tree.
He another tree. He another tree out there. He is another tree out there. So shout out to the men's side. They definitely really bought it this March Madness. I know we were talking about we didn't really know, but they had the intensity, the energy, and I think it's going to be a real good Final Four this coming weekend. So, and the national championship next week. So just stay out look on that. College basketball, March Madness. There's always some madness going on.
NCAA just pay the guys. That's all we ask. Just pay them.
Pay the guys.